Welcome to your 45-minute spinal warm-up and core workout. Now we always want to warm up the spine before any type of workout because it interconnects the heart with the mind with the rest of the body. It's consciousness superhighway. So if you want to be clearly communicating with yourself, with your emotions, as well as every part of your body, we're always wanting to warm this up with the breath. As we continue to move through the practice and get nice and warmed up, I want you to start picturing yourself in the desired state that you're going towards. Though we will work out the body and naturally get more fit as we go, you can continue to refine yourself that much more quickly by understanding what you're going for. This will create both leverage for you to continue and push through the challenging parts because you know what you're applying all of this pressure, all this stress, all this working out for, as well as give you an added push of momentum in directing your cellular structure through conscious awareness over time that helps you to refine yourself and understand how to enjoy the process that is body sculpting, that is creating your inner world to help create your outer world. The core workout is for focusing on increasing the metabolism as well as strengthening the origin of all bodily motions, right here in the lower abdomen, but the core we can say is from the upper leg to the mid or upper chest, working out this whole area in here. Now, as we're doing this, we're focusing on making sure that you're getting a good heat going in the body. We're going to be focusing on our soft, medium to medium hard limit. The medium hard to hard limit is when you start adding unconscious tension in the body. If the face starts to flex hard and you're feeling really stressed out or overly angry or upset to the point where you feel this rawness where you really can't focus on the workout completely, that's when you need to back off a little bit. So we're going to be pushing it, but not pushing it too hard. What's most important is that you keep showing up. Consistency is key. If we can keep finding our soft limit, the space that's neither comfortable nor uncomfortable, the medium limit that's uncomfortable, but it's manageable and we know it's going towards something good, eventually that will just begin to creep higher and higher and higher. Your medium limit in week 1 will become your soft limit in week 2. And then that medium hard limit that's still constructive but almost to the point where we're almost hurting ourselves that we want to be aware of and save that for those particular days when we're feeling extra spirited towards our workout is just going to keep flowing back and back and back and back. I highly recommend that you keep the body burning, the metabolism up, morning, noon, and night. That means reserve some time for yourself in the morning to build up this heat. Then also sometime in the mid-afternoon, early evening, before you're really starting to settle down, maybe an hour or two before you're about ready for bed, do one more workout so that you're burning even in through the night. One more recommendation, that as you begin to lose weight, the fat cells are stored energy. They're there for 2 reasons. 1, self-protection from predators as well as from famine. We don't necessarily need those things anymore, but we need to learn how to cultivate a fearlessness and knowing that we can provide for ourselves. So it's primarily, fundamentally, massively important that you begin to track your ethical food consumption. This is the start of understanding that the fat cells are both energy storage as well as protection from poor consumption, heavy metals and things of that nature from getting into our vital organs. So the fat is actually doing a good job for you. So it's good to bless the excess weight that you have on there. Will be helpful for you to be able to cultivate a better relationship with yourself in the now. And this is key. If you don't like yourself now, it won't matter how fit you get or how many goals you achieve, you still won't like yourself. So we're going to learn to appreciate ourselves in the moment, recognizing that those fat cells, that out of shapeness is there for a reason. We're here to understand, not to excuse anymore, but to understand so that we have an explanation as to why they're there. I recommend as you begin burning and keeping this metabolism growing, stoking the fire, that you go invest in some chlorella supplemental tablets and consume them with chopped up cilantro. These 2 things together is what's going to help deliver the heavy metals out of your fat cells safely through your digestive tract. And that's what's key for us. We don't want to exchange one injury for another injury. So we're going to go through this process gradually, but still at a good, solid pace. All right. This whole practice is going to be seated. You can sit cross-legged. If it becomes uncomfortable, switch the cross of the legs, or perhaps bring the legs out in front of the body. What's most important though is that your spine is free away from a backrest. We'll begin by holding on the knees. Pull the navel in up, pull the chest up, and pull the crown up and fill up your lungs. Pause with that full breath in and really stretch those lungs to a soft to medium limit. Pause. Absorb, shift your shoulders and head a little bit back. Let your chin dip down, relax your shoulders as you begin exhaling, releasing your head, jaw, neck and shoulders, arms, down through the side body, through the hips, the glutes, legs, to the feet. Let's take 2 more full breaths like that, all the way in through the nose. If you like, then a little bit more through the lips. Pause. Absorb, scan the body, and exhale, relax all the tension that's not in your midline pulling up or your tailbone anchoring down. This time let's clear the lungs, squeeze the lungs out. And then again, inhaling through the nose, navel in and up, chest up, crown up. Pause to absorb, relax the body without exhaling. And then relax the body further through exhaling. Breathing all the way out the mouth. Treat all workouts like a breath workout combined with whatever it is you're doing. Every single time. Associate that the more you can expand your lung, breath, life force capacity, the greater you're going to be able to live, because you'll learn over time how the breath is directly correlated to the thoughts and the feelings you're experiencing. Thus, the actions you're partaking in, which create your habits, create your character, create your destiny. It all starts with the breath and the way in which we're thinking about ourselves. So now, holding onto the knees, let's inhale and bring the spine forwards, open the chest up, pull the shoulders back, and lift the chin. Exhale, reverse. Bring the core in, stretch the back behind you, shoulders to ears, chin to chest, exhaling all the way. Inhale, forwards and up. Pull it back, lift. Get as much arch in that spine. Feel the stretch from your tailbone all the way up to your neck and crown. And exhale all the way back. Stretch the vertebrae in the opposite direction. A few breaths like that. Inhale, forwards and up. Feel the spine from the tailbone up the vertebrae to the crown. Exhale, feel the energy wash down over the face, the jaw, the chin, through the neck, chest, down through the abdomen, back to the perineum where the tailbone is. Inhale, energy move back up. Exhale, move it down. Cycling conscious energy, or the chi, or prana as we know it in yoga. 2 more full breaths, just like that. Good. Inhale, come back up. Always checking back in when we come back to a perfect posture. Navel in and up, chest up, crown up. Comparing and contrasting, observing, not judging or critiquing how you feel now, physically, mentally, and emotionally, relative to how you felt at the start of the practice or maybe the start of your day. We're always looking to cultivate a calm sense of energy, something that caffeine can't give you, something that maybe no matter of regular seated meditation or resting and relaxing can give you. That's the practice of yoga here. We're energizing the body, we're burning through all this stored energy, but at the same time we're learning to keep it calm and focused. All right? You can switch the cross of your legs now if they're feeling it. Always give yourself permission to shake out anything starting to feel like it's a little extra stiff or stuck, like your mind can't stop focusing on it. Just wiggle out the body. Know the power of the wiggle. All right, and then coming back in. Let's bring our right hand palm face down on the mat beside us. Inhale the left palm up. Fill up those lungs before softening the shoulder down into the socket, and then exhale, arching over to the side. Keep both sit bones planted. Maybe you come down onto your forearm. Inhale, pull the shoulder back, open the chest. Exhale, reach further over, further down. Your left hip presses out to the left side. Your left sit bone stays down. Find your soft to medium limit, somewhere between the place where you're not quite feeling that comfortable anymore to challenging yourself. Find the desired pressured limit for yourself and breathe into it. If your breath is vocal, it helps you to focus on it. Two more breaths. Good. Inhale, press into the bottom hand, flex the core, rise up. Bring the left hand down. Exhale, arch over. Inhale, open up the shoulder like you're leaning on a wall behind you. Invisible wall. Fill up the lungs. Look up if it's comfortable on the neck, and exhale, reach it further over, further down. Pressing now the right hip out to the right, keeping both sit bones evenly planted. And if you need to, you're also pressing into this bottom hand. Let yourself feel the pressure of the body, the breath, the mind, and the emotions while you observe. Two more breaths. Good. Pressing to the bottom hand. Flexing the core, inhale, rise up with both hands. Hold a ball of energy above the head, palm facing palm connection. Exhale, pull that energy down and scan your body consciously at the level of your hands. So you exhale and soften. Checking in once again. And then hands back on the knees. You can switch the cross of the legs where we're just going to do some small circles, warming up the low spine, warming up the hips, warming up the core. We've got one more spinal direction for you before getting into the core workout. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Connecting that front bend and that side bend together. Front sides and back bends. Switch direction. Remember that as you're going through this, allow yourself to have the experience that your body needs to have. Trust in it coming back into alignment. All you had to do was show up for yourself. So you can let yourself get upset. You can let yourself think whatever thoughts. You can let yourself cough, belch, fart. You can feel nauseous. You can feel sad. Set yourself up a sacred space every single time. Because it's not enough just to feel safe and good in the times when it's convenient to. We need to set it up for ourselves all the time, especially the times of least convenience. That's why we do a regular yoga practice, not just so that we're safe and secure on the yoga mat, but so that we can take the practice with us, drop things, and within a matter of a few minutes to a few seconds, get ourselves back into an even keel, a good state of feeling. The only way to do that is start to accept the whole spectrum of your human emotions. Good. 2 more breaths. And spiral back upright. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the left hand down to the right knee. Bring the right hand onto the fingertips or the finger mounds behind you, not onto the palm, pressing into the wrist, or pressing up through those fingertips, lifting the spine. Then let's inhale and fill up the lungs from the lower abdomen all the way to the upper chest. And exhale, holding onto that knee, pull and twist. The belly, the chest, the neck, the head, and the eyes, looking as far over as you can, feeling the pressure in your eye sockets and your whole spine, wringing out the organs. If you can't quite get to a soft medium limit, hook the wrist and the outside of the knee for more leverage. Find your soft to medium limit and hold for a few breaths, breathing in through the nose, checking in with your spine and acknowledging the pressure. Exhaling completely out the mouth, relaxing the tension as best you can and going perhaps a little bit further. And then hold. Two more breaths. Inhale, come back forwards and up. Exhale to the other side, grabbing the left knee with the right hand. Excuse me. Left knee, right hand. I'm mirroring you. Pressing back through the left fingertips, lifting up with the spine on an inhale. And exhale, holding on that knee, twist. Feel that belly and those lower vertebrae twist as far as they can, and slowly spiraling up through the chest, neck, head, and eyes. Hook the leg if you like a little bit more at any point. Inhaling through the nose, we're present with ourselves, observing ourselves. Exhaling out the mouth, relaxing as much tension as we consciously can and going a bit further, finding that safe medium limit. You want a place that you can't focus on anything but the present moment, on your stretch, on your yoga. And then we add breath. Let this be key to all the pressure in your life. If you believe that everything in your life can be for a purpose, then what it requires more than anything is your breath, your presence, and simply a constructive mindset, which will be focusing through future observations. Thinking, what are we applying this growing health towards? What are we creating in our lives? Two more breaths. Great. Inhale, come back forwards and up. Exhale, one quick counter twist to the original side. Just to even things out. Inhale, back forwards and up. Hold the energy above the head again. Exhale, engage your arms and pull the energy down, scanning through the body at the level of the hands. Feel with your mind, consciously scanning your nervous system. This is growing it, along with your breathing, oxygenating the blood, creating space with these stretches. That's what's going to heal. Take a moment and check in. Consciously breathe into any place you feel could use it. And you can always lose your proper posture or change your seat. What matters is that you're doing it consciously. It's okay to let yourself fall apart, relax, and crumble from time to time. It's not just the highs that we're looking to achieve. It's learning how to mellow out, neutralize, and balance out the lows as well. So give yourself permission to be as you are, let your body flow. All right, now let's move into the core workout. We'll do a series of different core workouts that are going to exercise different parts of your core. We'll start with the yoga pose of half boat to full boat. Recognizing once again, this is a mind over matter practice. So your core can handle this, but maybe something in the nervous system is not quite right or in the emotions isn't quite right. So we're just going to keep coming back to this and see if we can keep holding it a bit longer. If you fall out of it, see if you can come back into it and hold for 2 breaths. If the face and neck, you can't help but get tense, take 2 breaths completely relaxed, wiggle out the body, clear out the mind and what it might have to say, and then come right back into it. Feet flat, knees up, hands underneath the knees. Inhale the chest up, fill up the lungs, and slowly exhale, begin to rock back, balancing as your feet float up off the mat and then picking them up so that the heels are at the level of the knees. Now we're looking for a little bit of a shake here. A little bit of a shake is good. So if you're getting it here, or maybe you need to start here with the hands down for balance, fine. Once you begin to develop, let's bring the hands forwards. In the nose, out through pursed lips. Control your mind, control your breath. If you're further along and you've been practicing this for a while, straighten those legs, hold for a couple more breaths. Else we're staying in the half boat, no worries. I'm starting to shake too, let's hold for 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale, controlled. Lower down, release the legs down. Sit back up, bring your hands back, and we'll shake it out from the hips. Focusing on the wiggle throughout the legs, torso, shoulders, arms, neck, and head, and smile. Part of it is actually tricking your body into believing that this is good for it. So smiling for 30 to 60 seconds, big cheesy smile, even when you don't feel like it, feel ridiculous, and release those endorphins into your system, along with the oxygenated blood, along with the growing nervous system. All of these things, every single breath counts, every single smile, every single proper form. And you'll just continue to refine over time. But you got to show up. If you want to start being happier, then just start being happier. Find that you don't need a reason to be happy. You can learn to cultivate happiness manually. All right, one more time. This is the step 2 in the boat pose, where we're going to begin to warm up the sides of the core as well. So feet flat, knees up, hands underneath the knees. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, rock it back. Heels level the knees. This time, make sure that you can balance and bring your hands together, straight in line with your center in between the legs. We inhale at center, and then we exhale, feet to the right, hands to the left. Mirroring me. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch. Feet to the left, hands to the right. And repeat. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Repeat. If you fall out, come back in. If you need a break, take 2 breaths and then come back in. This is you fanning the flames, burning up all that stored energy. This is you reaching into your deeper nervous system and your organs and tissues and muscles, pulling out all that gunk that no longer serves you, that comes in the form of poor thoughts and poor feelings and thus poor actions. Get rid of it. A couple more times. Inhale to center. And exhale with control, lower down. All right, your core's got to be, I know if mine's working, yours is working too. Full belly breaths. Let out the heat. Hope you're doing it in a place that's a little bit cooler and less humid than where I'm at. Though maybe I'll jump in this pool right afterwards. And do take a cold shower if that's a good option for you. It's really good for you. Good. Okay. Now let's come down onto the forearms. Getting into the bicycles, we're going to lift the knees back up. You can relax the legs a little bit here as we slowly just to start small bicycle pedals. Gradually getting bigger. If it's more comfortable for you, you can relax the neck back. Whatever you can do to release more tension where you don't need it right now. Right now you're needing it in the thighs and the core. Releasing it out with that exhale. Let's go really big bicycles forwards now. Getting as full of an extension with the leg and as much bend in the knee as possible. 2 more breaths. Inhale, legs straighten up. Exhale, control, lower down, pick the body back up. Good. Hands back, release. Focus on that energy movement. Scanning the body, and if the thoughts are in the head that you don't like, breathe them out your crown. Release them. If you're holding on tension in the body someplace, give yourself permission to release that tension over and over and over. We're learning how to trust ourselves through constructive pressure rather than deconstructive pain. Sometimes hard to tell the difference, right? The breath will help you tell the difference. If you can't breathe, you're holding your breath and you're stuck, that's when the deconstructiveness may happen. Okay? Coming back down onto the forearms. Bringing the knees back up. Reverse pedals now, starting small. Building this muscle memory. This might not be as familiar as the forward pedal. Getting bigger pedals. Acknowledge that pressure, but don't cave into it. You can do this. Biggest pedals now. Full leg extensions, full knee bends. Breathe it out. Two more breaths. Inhale, legs straight up. Exhale, slowly lower down with control and come back up to seated. Excellent. Shake it out. Smile. If you need to spit, spit. Find a cup, something. Get anything that comes out of you out. If you need to get sick, if you start to feel sick, give yourself permission to pause this video and go get sick. It's not that the throwing up or the spitting or the releasing of the toxicity is bad. It's actually good. It doesn't feel good, but once you do, it feels great. That also comes in the form of releasing mental garbage. Write it all out. Write all of that crap in your head out. Get it out of your head onto paper. Get rid of it. Or save it for contrast of how great you're going to be thinking here soon enough. And if there are emotions that don't feel great, let the anger out. Let the hatred out. Just do it in a constructive way. Or at least in a way that doesn't hurt you or anybody else. Okay, in and outs now. Pressing into the hands and the sides now. We're going to reach the legs straight forward, just kind of like a boat pose, and then we're going to exhale, chest to knees. Inhale, exhale. Going at a moderate pace. Fast enough that you're starting to still generate some good momentum and motion, but slow enough that you're still conscious of that moment, of this movement. Notice how everything extends away and then everything comes back in. I know you're feeling it. Come back into it. Let's go 2 more breaths. Inhale straight. Exhale lower. Shake it out. Hope you have some water near you. Be a good way to cool off. Okay, we're getting close. We're over the hill now. So you're already through the hardest part. The only hardest part now is being able to sustain the multiple different angles. Don't tell yourself that you're in a workout still exercising the same stuff and you're growing fatigued. We're exploring lots of different muscle groups here. So recognize that each one of these muscle groups can feel fresh and feel energized because everything around it is becoming energized too. Let's come on to our side hip now, our left hip, with the knees to the side. And make sure that your hips and low abdomen are coming forwards so that you're in a more or less straight line, head, neck, chest, hips, and legs. And we're going to bring our right hand onto our hip, and we're just going to inhale, press that hip up, and exhale, lower it down without touching the ground or just barely touching the ground, not resting. Inhale, exhale, or perhaps exhale, press up, inhale down. Which feels right for you? What's important is that you're becoming in touch with the breath and its power rather than breathing right. Breathing right is breathing a lot. If you want to challenge yourself more, reach that arm up. Two more. Slowly lower down. Shift the legs out in front of you. Shake it out. Rotate out that standing wrist. All right, now let's switch sides. Onto the right hip, on our knees, planting that right hand down. Left hand on the hip. Inhale and exhale. Or exhale and inhale. Often it's in the action that we do the exhale. So if you're ever lifting or moving something that's heavy, including yourself, have your power action be the exhale. You decide. If you're ready for it, lift that arm up. Keep the hips forward. Feeling it in that side. Notice where you're feeling it. Breathe into it. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale forwards. Shake it out. Okay, even further over the hump now. So now we're going to start getting prepared for our final relaxation, for our cool down, and then Shavasana. So let's come back onto the side of the mat and slowly come down to rest on the mat. We're going to bring the knees up into more or less a 45-degree angle, a 90-degree angle between our lower legs and our upper legs here. Arms on the ground, and we're just going to slowly toe touch. Inhale up, and then right leg down. Inhaling up. Left leg down. Inhale up. Both. Inhale up. And repeat. Right leg. Left leg. Both legs. Keep it going. Two more sets. Bet you're feeling like that howler monkey. All right. Exhale, bring the legs down. And let's windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Notice how my breath is always vocal, always moving. That's both to remind you as well as myself. At a certain point it becomes instinctual. Because I guarantee you the time that you're in the most amount of pain or discomfort in your life, in any sort of circumstance, noticing your breath, bet you it's shallow or held. Meaning your body's suffocating. Your mind, your nervous system, your emotional system, everything is suffering, cutting off its life support. So take some full breaths in. And not just one big breath in, and not just about breathing, it's about consciously breathing. So breathe 3 or more times. See, howler monkey also gives the thumbs up to that. All right, knees up, hands interlaced behind the head. Similar to the last one, we're gonna exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right knee, pull the right knee in, inhale back. Exhale, switch, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, inhale, switch, and then exhale, full crunch, both knees in and the chest straight up. Inhale, open, exhale, beginning again. Left elbow, right knee, inhale, exhale, right elbow, left knee. All right, getting that good shake. And then both. Okay, almost there. One more time. And slowly lower down. Relax the head down, relax the legs down. Let's wiggle it out from the hips. Through the whole body, smiling. Okay, now full sit-ups, exercising the whole core here, just simply getting up. Now at first, if it's really hard for you to just press all the way up, you can use your arms a bit, your elbows, your forearms to guide yourself. Then moving on to your hands, into the palms this time, lifting the fingers up to the fingertips, maybe out to the sides. To just a couple fingertips, to no hands. Wherever you're at is where you need to be. We're going to do this for about 30 to 60 seconds. Inhaling down, exhale, reach up and forwards. Inhale down, exhale up and forwards. You might do a combination. Different ways of pressing yourself up. Remember, there's no way that's better than the other. They're all exercising different muscle groups. It's that you're participating and adding that conscious, soft to medium limit pressure that makes all the difference. When you're ready to release, when we find that little switch somewhere deep in your subconscious that's still holding on to this shield and sword, this needing to reward ourselves, protect ourselves by giving ourselves the very thing that's been endangering ourselves, that being the unethical consumption, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Let's keep it going. If the legs come up, that's okay, but do your best to keep those thighs down. Use the core to lift you up. This is our last exercise, so give it all you got. If this is starting to get easy for you at some point, you do a little twist on the way down and the way up. Get more angles in. Whatever feels right. Only taking short breaks when it starts to feel wrong, so that we can begin to acknowledge the difference between wrong and this doesn't feel right, but it is right. Okay, 3 more. Everything you got. Hover this last one. And good. All right, inhale, arms forwards, last core workout. Exhale with a nice slow exhale, slowly lower down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Oh, good work. Shake it out from your hips and tailbone, wiggle it loose. Breathe fully into any place that was really drawing your attention today, even if it's the mind. Even if it's the heart. Remember, this is the journey. Finding the pressure all the way to that solid wall, that limiting wall. And keep showing up to that wall. Giving it just yet another best press, best soft to medium press on it that you can every single day. Promise someday, with that exact same press, it's going to topple right over, liberating you. But don't get too excited too fast. There's going to be another peak to venture to, another limit. And this is kind of the hardship, is what is it all for if I'm always going to be trying? Well, you're going to not be just trying, you're going to be doing. You're going to practice doing, getting ever better at doing. And this will begin to branch out into all of your life until you can really enjoy not just the pleasures of life, not just the rewards, but the pressures as well, the stresses, the journey itself, to the destination, to the reward. All right, let's bring the knees into the chest. Holding onto the knees, gently pulse out a few times, releasing any tension in your spine, your core, and low back. Now let's rotate the knees. Inhale as they move away. Exhale as they circle back in. Switch direction. Good, and spiral it back to middle. Wrap the arms around the legs, pick your head up to your knees, give yourself a hug. And gratitude for completing this practice today, no matter how you did. What matters is you took it, you took a step and you completed it. Gratitude for the health that you already have. If you couldn't listen to this, if you couldn't be watching this video or participating at all, that shows right now You're as healthy as you need to be. So give gratitude for that. And then give gratitude for the health that you're growing with every practice and every conscious breath. Thank you. Release. Bring the head down. The arms down, palms face up. Legs down straight, letting the knees and feet open up to the outsides. Adjust your hair or clothes to be as comfortable as possible for the next few minutes. Take a big full breath, eyes open. And a full breath out the mouth, eyes close. Surrender the whole body to gravity, to the earth, and absorb this practice. See if the mind and the breath can stay active now with a completely passive body, keeping present in the moment, staying alert and awake while at the same time drifting ever closer to sleep, consciously walking into the theta frequency. Whatever thoughts may come up or observations come up that you don't like, breathe them out. Let it flow by like the weather. It will change. This too shall pass. Now let's slowly begin to deepen our breathing. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. Rotating the ankles. The wrists. And swaying the neck from side to side. Inhale and bring the arms up overhead. Fill up the lungs. Give yourself a full body wake up stretch. And then exhale, knees to chest. And gently down to one side. Relaxing in a fetal position for one more moment. Always here, tapping back into that innocence, that childlike innocence, the inner child, the inner connection with the nurturing universe, the mother, father, mind. One way or another, creating your whole reality, and one way or another, giving you this opportunity to exist, for better or for worse, richer or poorer, sickness and health. You're married to this thing. You're interconnected for life, till true death do you part. So give gratitude for your body and being in this now moment. And carry with that energy with you as you slowly rise back up to seated. Coming back into the posture you started in. Checking back in. Notice the contrast. Notice the shift from before you started your practice to as it began to throughout it to now. Good. Keep your posture practiced. Keep your breath fully expanding all the way in, all the way out. Keep your mind focusing on what you want to achieve, less on what you don't want to achieve or what you're afraid of. Recognize that there can only be light in the darkness. There can only stem love out of fear. And that this courageous path of exploring the unknown and experiencing things and adventure is really rather, to me, the greater purpose of life. To explore, to achieve. And you're doing that. Hands down to the sides, palms connecting with the mat. Let's exhale and bow forwards and down, taking a moment to honor ourselves, honor each other, honor this practice and the space to practice in. Turning palms face up, inhale, lift the arms, navel in up, chest up, crown up, hands touch overhead, pressing into the palms, exhale, move the palms down to your heart center. Touch the thumbs to the sternum, feel your heart beat. The light of the life force within me honors the light, the life force within you. Namaste. See you next time.